Welcome, Physics 30 student. I'm just going to go over the expectations for Physics 30 and hopefully you have a successful term here. First things first, let's share the course here, have a better understanding. So keep in mind, teacher-student introduction should be done right in here. So if you watch the actual Flipgrid by entering this passcode right into here, watch my video, and then you could comment it right in there if you like. But here's the important bit, introduce yourself to the class. To do that, you'll just have to watch the video right here to have a better understanding how to post a video on tell us a little about yourself. So this will help to actually have a better understanding to the other peers in your class. So course information is essential because there's 11 pages right in here that will tell you essential information. In there also, you would find your formula sheet, due dates, and your full textbook. I've given you extra links right here to get access to them, but they are also found in here. There's also a date in there that find out the midpoint time of the year and when the course ends and so forth. Keep in mind you want to look through that to answer the questions for the entry quiz. Keep in mind you want to also do the student information questionnaire. If you don't, then you can't open the Unit A review section. So keep in mind it's essential to fill this out so I have a better understanding of who you are. You would fill out this document if you have any recommendations that were done in the past in any diplomas. So this is where you would take that time to actually fill that out. If you didn't ever need any special accommodations, then don't fill out this out. So once you've done all of that, Unit A will pop up, and it looks very similar in every unit, where it would be a prior knowledge activity where you have to complete, and it is worth so much of your mark, 5% to be exact. And in there, it will actually tell you if you have your actual prior knowledge to move on in the course. Of course, it will tell you the feedback at the same time once you've done it. So if you press the start assignment, and if it doesn't work, then click on this link. It will direct you to the actual activity too, just giving you a heads up on that. So once you've done that, then you could want to move on to the web lesson, which is right here. When you complete the web lesson, a page pops up and you just want to start the lesson by actually reading the material. There's 8 pages all in all. Make sure you find all the ones that have a question mark and the little arrowhead. So page 1 is just intro and it has a little activity right here. You want to answer that and check your answer and you'll be scored right off the back. So if I did the following, left it all in A's, check my answer, I got 0.5 out of 51, just telling you right off the back. So then you want to go to the next page and learn the material again. It tells you what pages you should read in your textbook, tells you information and so forth, gives you examples, videos that are embedded, and so forth until you find the questions, usually at the bottom. Answer those questions best to your ability and make sure you follow the instructions that are in brackets. So I think it tells you have to add the unit, work is joules, and so forth. I'm just literally guessing as you clearly could see. And then eventually, this is in kilowatts, so 54K capital W. Let's see that, and false. Check answer, and you will realize what got correct in it, and it looks like I got it all wrong. Okay, so it gives you feedback at the same time. So that's the beauty of some of the questions that you do on here. So now take the feedback, of course, to have a better understanding why the answer as is. So once you're done there, just click on the outside. Oh, if it doesn't work, then you have to click on the little X button at the top, and then you're ready to move on to the next page and do the same thing, read the material and so forth, watch the videos embedded, then answer the questions. Once you answer all the questions, what you need to do is go to the last page, which is page 8. Once you've done everything, there will be a finish button at the end. You don't see it on here, but there is a finish button that will appear on the student version. Click on that finish button, and then that score gets transferred to my teacher page that you saw earlier. And then you can have the ability to redo the assignment if you like. So that's the beauty of that. So you close this window once you press that finish button and re-click on there, then you have access to it again. So another thing is that I wanted to bring up is that you usually find your textbook as one of the first resources. Then you might have a review section. You don't have to, if you look on that, that's about SIG digs, I would recommend to look at that. Sometimes you have virtual lab in each lesson. Sometimes you don't. In a virtual lab, there's more instructions. When you click on it, it talks about it right down there. Assignment, that's worth a little bit bigger than the others. This is when you hand it in, you hand it in. So in the assignment, there's many ways you could go around this. Anytime there's a question that's worth 1 mark, more than one, if you do watch the video, it tells you what to expect. If there's a question that's worth more than 1 mark, do include workings to get the full mark. Just telling you right now. If there's a question that is just worth 1 mark, just give me the right answer, and that will be acceptable for that. And keep in mind, this is how you contact me. The right-hand corner, you will realize that there is my email, there is my text number, a phone number, and so forth. These are my office hours. If I don't reach you, if you reach me after the office hours and I don't get back to you right away, then expect a message the next day, if that's a school day, that is. The next bit I wanted to bring up is if you do hand in an assignment and it has been marked in about 2 to 3 days, please let me know and I'll get around it instantly. Usually I do mark things in 24 to 48 hours, just giving you a heads up on that. Calendar is essential to see the due dates. Remind, do sign up for that because it would be great to get the regular messages that you can get. Otherwise, your course is all ready to go. If there's any questions, don't hesitate to let me know, and have a great term.